You did well by clicking on this video because it was made especially for you. This was no coincidence. It was divine direction. Just by taking this step of faith, the blessing that was about to be delayed will be released on time and multiplied fivefold. For I, the Lord your God, honor every action moved by faith. You didn't imagine it, but this simple act of clicking was a sign in the spiritual realm. It was like knocking on the right door at the right moment. That's why, before we continue, do something even stronger. Click like on this video right now and publicly declare that you recognize me as the author of your story. When you do this, you are activating heaven, silencing hell, and opening the way for what belongs to you to come with power, glory, and without delay. Because there's an inheritance coming your way. Yes, a real inheritance, with your name written by me. And that's exactly why the enemy is already moving against you. They are conspiring, trying to divert what I have prepared. But no one can steal what I myself have decreed. Have you noticed how things have started to shift around you in strange ways? People who once walked beside you have quietly pulled away. Others, those you helped and trusted, now show indifference, contempt, even coldness. This has hurt you. But listen, all of this is a consequence of something much greater taking place in the spiritual realm. The inheritance I am releasing over your life is disturbing those who live by the flesh. It's stirring jealousy in those who don't understand heaven's processes. They are conspiring because they know you are about to break through. What I am releasing is too great to be ignored, and that makes those who no longer belong at your side uncomfortable. I need you to understand this with spiritual maturity. Some victories cost friendships. Some promises require separation. The blessing I'm bringing into your life demands a purified atmosphere. What I have prepared cannot be contaminated by people with poisoned hearts. Many came close only to take advantage. But now that they realize you're about to be honored by me, they've started treating you with disdain. This is spiritual. This is a sign that the table is already being prepared. And as it is written, in the presence of your enemies. 11. Before the end of this month, I will grant you a special gift, the gift of healing. This blessing will help bring full restoration to any sickness or debt that has caused you affliction. Be ready to receive this gift that will bring relief and renewal to your life. My grace will be with you, guiding you to overcome challenges and experience complete transformation. Write 11, to activate it with all your faith. In the next 12 hours, allow yourself to be wrapped in an overwhelming sense of joy, contentment, and fulfillment. Be ready to experience a never-ending flow of love, wealth, and good health that will bring great happiness into your life. Open your heart to receive these gifts that will flow abundantly, filling each moment with deep well-being and prosperity. This is a divine gift, destined to light your path and flood your heart with lasting joy. Open up and prepare yourself for a truly transforming experience. My beloved son, my beloved daughter, the inheritance that's coming isn't just money or possessions. It's honor, it's restoration, it's inner healing. It's a new season marked by the hand of the Lord. That's why the enemy is using strategies to try to weaken your faith, to make you think nothing will change, that you're alone, that you've been forgotten. But I, your God, say to you now, you were not forgotten. You were hidden, guarded, set apart, because not everyone could walk with you this far. Not everyone has the spiritual structure to watch you receive what I promised, without envy, without cursing, without trying to sabotage you. There are people you love who have prayed against you, people in your own family who smile outwardly but twist inside whenever you speak of victory. And you felt it, you sensed it in the air, in their eyes, in the atmosphere. and your spirit was unsettled. And I saw every tear shed in silence, every prayer begging for evil to be removed. I saw when you thought of giving up, when you said you couldn't keep fighting. But today I have raised you up with authority to tell you, do not turn back. The inheritance is yours. It has already left the throne room, and it's on its way to your address. You went through the trial in silence. You were humiliated and kept quiet. You were falsely accused and trusted in my justice. Now it is time for your reward. But before it is fully revealed, the enemy will try to shake you. He will use familiar voices. He will try to confuse you. He will try to stir up fear. He will touch your emotions, your memories, your old wounds. Because he knows he cannot stop what I am about to do. But he tries to delay it. He tries to make you give up too soon. He tries to make you break the covenant. He tries to make you doubt my care. But do not accept it. Do not listen to those voices. Listen to mine. You are an heir, not by merit, but by grace. Because even in pain, you did not blaspheme. Even in shame, you did not rebel. You chose to trust. You knelt when you could have walked away. You lifted your hands when you could have hidden. You blessed when you could have cursed. And because of that, I established a decree in your favor. A decree that heaven has already acknowledged. A decree that angels are already carrying out. But like any precious inheritance, it attracts opposition. It stirs up envy. It shakes hell itself. That's why I tell you, be vigilant. Guard your heart carefully. Don't share everything with everyone. Not everyone has the spiritual structure to handle what I am doing in your life. Be discreet. Pray in silence. Give thanks in secret. Because there are blessings that must be received with wisdom. I am raising the right people to walk with you, but I am also removing the wrong ones. And this will hurt. It will cause confusion in your soul. You will want to understand why certain people disappear, why they change toward you, why they speak against you without reason. But don't try to stop it. It's protection. It's spiritual cleansing. The inheritance that's coming is so great that even your home will be renewed. Your mind will be transformed. Your name will be remembered. Your story will be rewritten. If you feel this word burning in your heart, make this a prophetic act. Click like on this video now. Not out of habit, but as someone saying, I receive this inheritance. I take possession. I will not let anyone stop me. This gesture is a key. It's a positioning. And when you click, you are sending a clear signal into the spiritual realm. I'm ready. I'm standing firm. I trust my God. And heaven moves when hearts take their stand. The enemy has already tried to use people against you. He's already tried using sickness. He's already tried touching your mind, your emotions. He's tried to wear you down, tried to make you believe nothing will work out. But even so, you're still here. You're still seeking. You're still waiting. And that is why the inheritance is coming. Because you persevered, you endured, you didn't stop, and those who don't stop live. Those who keep going reach. Those who trust receive. And today, I tell you with authority, no one will stop what I have already released. They may conspire against you. They may rise up. They may try, but they will fall. Because whoever touches you touches the apple of my eye. 22. Just as the waters of a river flow to nourish the earth, my blessings will flow over your families, bringing success, abundance, and well-being. Trust in the plan I have drawn for each of you, and build unshakable faith, knowing that I will never abandon you. Just as a loving father cares for his children, I am attentive to every detail of your lives. There is no challenge too great, no difficulty that can shake my promise of care and provision. Trust my beloved, is the key that opens the doors to the manifestation of my blessings over you. Give me the opportunity to guide every step, and you will see that in moments of uncertainty, I will be there, illuminating the path with the light of my divine wisdom. Surrender your worries to me and let trust in my plan wrap around you like a protective mantle. Always remember, the success, abundance, and well-being I promise are not distant dreams, but gifts patiently waiting for you. Trust in me. Strengthen the faith that lives in your heart, because like a loving Father, I am fully committed to blessing every area of your life. I love you beyond human understanding, and I will never leave you abandoned. Trust, my children, and you will witness the fulfillment of my promises in every area of your lives. Right, 22:22. To claim it, the inheritance is yours, and it didn't come to destroy you. It came to lift you up, to restore your dignity, to heal your wounds, to clear your name, to place you in a place of honor. Many will not understand how you got this far. They will question how everything changed so quickly. But you will know. You will remember this moment, this day, this word, because I am here. I have guided you up to this point, and now no one will pull you away from the path of the miracle. Now that you know this inheritance has already been decreed in heaven, I want you to understand its value. It's not just a material inheritance. It carries the weight of my promise, the signature of my throne, the seal of my justice. You prayed for provision, and I gave you more. I gave you purpose. You cried out for answers, and I prepared reconciliation. You wept for deliverance, and I decreed multiplication. Because those who are heirs of heaven do not live off crumbs. They live off miracles. They live with doors open that no one can shut. They live on provision that comes from unexpected sources. They live with honor they never even asked for, but that my Spirit brings. Because I delight in those who remain faithful even in the valley. The enemy is furious because he couldn't stop you. He used people who looked good but carried evil intentions. He used sweet words to try to break your confidence. He tried to use your past to make you turn back. But what he didn't know is that I covered you. I prepared you. I hid you beneath my wings. I strengthened your faith on the days when even you didn't believe in yourself. You felt weak, yes, but you didn't fall. You felt like disappearing, but you kept walking. There were days when you thought everything was lost, but even then, you lifted your hands and worshipped me. And it was in that moment that heaven moved. It was in that silent gesture of faith that my angel received the order, "Go down and protect," because there is an heir being forged. This inheritance didn't just appear now. It was written before you were born. It is part of the plan I designed for your life. It was delayed by interference, by reckless decisions, by bonds that needed to be broken, but it was never canceled. It was simply waiting for the right time. And that time has come. I did not allow you to receive it earlier because I knew you weren't ready. I knew there were too many people who would benefit from what belongs to you. I knew your heart was still impressed by false praise, by alliances that looked like light, but hid darkness. I knew you still couldn't fully discern between the false and the true. But today, you are different. Pain has matured you. Silence has taught you. Rejection has strengthened you. Now you are ready to receive. I saw what they did to you. I saw when they rejected you. I saw when they kept silent, when you needed someone to defend you. I saw when they gathered in secret, when they sent hidden messages, when they wished for your fall, when they mocked your promises. I saw when they called you a dreamer, a fool, the poor one who always talks about faith. But I also saw when you knelt down with tears in your eyes and said, "Lord, if you still have plans for me, Don't let me be put to shame. And that prayer touched me because it was sincere, real, without deception, without masks. And I carefully gathered that prayer. It was in that moment that I determined your inheritance would be released from waiting into fulfillment. Those who conspired against you don't realize they're witnessing your turning point. They don't understand that the more they pursue you, the more I lift you up. The more they try to erase you, the brighter I make you shine. Because the glory that is coming upon your life is living proof that I do not fail. What I promise, I fulfill. What I begin, I complete. What I speak, I sustain. And though storms may rise, though giants may appear, though the battle may seem bigger than your strength, you will overcome, because it's not by your strength but by mine. This inheritance will reach your house. It will touch your children. It will restore relationships that seemed lost. It will heal old wounds, the kind that came from words spoken to you in childhood. It will touch areas you no longer even prayed for because you had accepted they would never change. But I am going deeper, because the inheritance I am releasing is complete. It is not a bandage. It is not crumbs. It is not something that sustains you for a moment only to let you fall later. It is a lasting inheritance, an inexhaustible source, a firm promise. It is my word fulfilled, and when it is fulfilled, everything changes. Now I ask you, do not share this with just anyone. There are people around you who are only waiting for an opportunity to take advantage of you. They don't want your victory. They want what your victory can give them. They don't want to see your house restored. They want to see it fall apart. That's why I'm tearing off masks. I'm revealing hearts. I'm letting you see who truly walks with you and who only benefits from your journey. Do not be alarmed by the revelations. They are part of the inheritance, because true inheritance cannot be received in a contaminated environment. I clean, I separate, I remove, I protect. And you need to take your position. You must honor me with your lips, with your actions, with your decisions. Do not play with your spiritual life anymore. Do not trade your peace for lack. Do not accept emotional crumbs. Do not hold on to ties that wound your spirit. You were set apart. You were chosen. You carry something others do not carry. That's why the weight has been heavier. That's why the pain was intense. But that is also why the inheritance will be glorious. The weight of pain will be replaced by the lightness of a fulfilled promise. And when it happens, many will try to come close again. But this time, you will discern. I am releasing angels with spiritual documents signed in your name. I am reactivating promises you thought were buried. I am rebuilding areas the enemy destroyed. I am releasing blessings that were held back by spiritual interference. I am returning what was stolen. I am multiplying what was taken. I am healing what was wounded. Because it is time for restoration. Time for inheritance, time for honor. If you believe this, keep honoring me with acts of faith. Share this word with someone who needs to hear it, with someone who is also being attacked in the process, with someone who needs to know they are not alone, with someone who needs to understand that heaven is moving even if their eyes can't see it yet. Make this a living testimony, because this word will not remain only with you. It will reach others. And through your life, I will set many free. You are not here by coincidence. You were called, sealed, chosen, and your inheritance is already on its way. Only a few details remain before delivery. Just the final spiritual alignments, just the last internal adjustments. But it's coming, it's being sent, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will be able to stop it. Do not doubt what I am doing just because there is still silence. The greatest spiritual movements happen when the world seems still. It is in silence that I write the most powerful chapters of your story. You think nothing is happening, but I am working behind the scenes. While you sleep, I send my angels to prepare the way. While you pray through tears, I move hearts. While you wrestle with anguish, I raise intercessors on your behalf. Because what is being birthed in your life is not small. It is heavy with glory, deep in purpose, lasting in impact. The inheritance I will give you will be an instrument to reach other lives. You will not only be blessed, you will become the answer. That is why the enemy came early and came hard. He knows that what is coming upon you will heal others, free others, awaken others. That's why he attacked your mind, your emotions, your confidence. But what he doesn't understand is that the more he presses you, the more you pray. The more he tries to isolate you, the closer you draw to me. And that is why you have already won. You won without realizing it. You won when you had no strength left. You won when everything said no. You won with silent faith, with invisible courage, with perseverance that only I saw. I called you to a time of conquest. But before every conquest, there is a test. And the test is silence, waiting, misunderstanding. You went through all of it. You questioned, yes. You cried, yes. But you stayed. You did not abandon faith. You did not break covenant with heaven. You did not sell your inheritance for a plate of emotional crumbs. You remained faithful. And now, the time of favor has come. A time when your harvest will not be proportional to your strength, but to your obedience. Do not think it is too late. Do not think you are too old, too tired, too worn out. I make all things new. I renew what pain has aged. I breathe life into what was withering. I set fire where only ashes remained. There is still vigor in you. There are still living promises in your spirit. There are still plans that need your voice, your story, your presence. I didn't preserve you out of pity. I did it because there is a destiny, a design, a legacy that will still be activated through your hands. And when the inheritance arrives, you will understand why so many people conspired against you. Because it is not ordinary. Because it carries redemption. It will give you back the lost years. The relationships that once wounded you will no longer have power over your heart. The words that diminished you will be erased with honor. The scars will be covered with beauty. And those who saw you humiliated will see you exalted. Because I do not only restore, I glorify what is mine. I make sure to show that it was I who lifted you up, that it was my hand that held you, that it was my love that protected you when no one else stood by your side. You will begin to notice simple things changing. The people who once mocked you will begin to respect you. The places that rejected you will start to seek you out. What was once closed will open without effort. What was once held back will be released without any logical explanation. Because where I command blessing, no one can cancel it. And I am commanding it now. I am opening the floodgates. I am breaking chains. I am removing resistance. But I ask you one thing. Keep your heart pure. Do not allow the inheritance to draw you away from me. Do not let the blessing distract you from the source. Many receive and forget. Many are honored and lose their way. Many prosper and harden their hearts. But you will not. You will be remembered as the one who remained faithful in lack and humble in abundance. As someone who was not corrupted by praise, nor offended by criticism. As someone who knew that everything was grace, everything was a gift, everything came from above. And because of that, I trust you. That is why I am releasing something so great into your hands. But as with every great promise, there will be final tests. People will try to pull you out of focus. Situations will appear to be opportunities but will actually be traps. Invitations will shine on the outside but hide deception on the inside. You will need discernment, And I will give you spiritual sensitivity. You will feel it in your spirit. Your heart will tighten when it's a trap and will be at peace when it's direction. Trust this discernment. I will not let you be confused. When it is time to act, you will know. When it is time to step back, you will sense it, because I myself will be your compass. I will give you wisdom to steward this inheritance, not to waste it, not to hand it over to the wrong people, not to be dazzled by its shine and forget its root. Because what I give you is meant to bear fruit. It is meant to feed others, to sustain your house for many years, not only financially but spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. I am making you a pillar, a solid rock, a living testimony of my faithfulness.